All right, y'all. This is another episode of Que Onda Cut Podcast. I'm your host, Jay Barber, and today we got a very, very special guest. He is a Midwest legend, a British Master Barber. Give it up for the one, the only, Ken Washburn. All right, hey. What up, Ken? How you feeling, man?
Good. I'm feeling good tonight. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, bro. Can't complain, man. We're healthy, you know.
Yeah.
We're working,
Yeah.
doing what we love to do.
That's what it's about.
You know, that's what life is about.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Hey, you ready for December 10th, man?
I'm ready for December 10th.
Hell
We're
yeah,
rocking.
hell yeah.
I can't wait. I hear you're competing.
I am.
Oh, dang.
Hey, you know what? This is the first time in 2 years.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. My skills are not where they used to be. I've gotten a little better, you know. I'm being the
good,
judge of
better,
myself.
good. That's
You
what I said. He said not where they used to. I was like, wait a minute. Let's not say you're going down. Let's say you're going up.
Going
I
up
was
in a
like-
good way.
Good. I was like, what?
But yeah, I decided, you know, to have fun. You know, I think this is what I feel about barber battles. It's a way to have fun. You know, doing what you love to do,
Yep.
competing, networking with people, with other barbers,
Yep.
and I think that's one of the ways that could help us get better as a person and as a barber also. You
Oh
know?
yeah,
So,
well, absolutely, all
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
around. Yeah,
Hell
like
yeah.
continual practice, and then
yeah.
checking yourself just to make
Yeah.
sure you're there.
Hell
you
yeah,
know?
hell yeah.
But again, everybody always thinks competition is competing against each
Yeah.
other, but that's not what it's about.
No,
It's about competing against yourself and
absolutely,
trying to get better each time.
absolutely.
Yeah. So when you said that at first, I was like, "Don't tell me you're going down, man. You're going up.
I'm going up.
You're going up."
Go all the way up.
That's right.
Hey, so you're judging.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. No. That's what they say. No, just
I'm gonna have Ken grouching next to my shoulder when
Right.
I'm in the cutting
Hey.
hair and shit.
a little higher, bro. A little higher. No. I didn't say that. I am not.
But yeah, you know what? To be honest with you, I'm gonna be straight blunt with you. Yeah, I do get a little bit nervous. I don't get like, bro, I've seen barbers that when they're competing,
Yeah.
their hands shake.
Like,
Bro,
Oh wow.
my hand doesn't shake. Crossing my fingers, right? But but yeah, bro, I feel like it's when I compete, I just mentally I train myself as if it's another day at the shop, you know.
That's
because
really what
that's
it
what we
is.
do every day,
Yeah.
you know. And not all barbers can compete or be part of a competition
Right.
and be able to perform at their highest level.
True.
True. But being part of a barber battle, it helps us as barbers to level up, bro. Level up, because it's gonna come to a point like if you're a barber out there and you wanna take your game to the next level,
Yeah.
there's gonna be people that are gonna be watching you,
Oh, all the time.
and you have to get used to that. Get used to
Oh,
that shit,
yeah.
because that's just gonna help you get better. There's a saying that goes, what's that saying that goes? Get used to feeling uncomfortable to feel comfortable.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you have to take yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Right. For real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, bro.
And you just never know who's watching you.
No,
You
you
know.
never know.
I guess that's really the thing that people don't realize is everybody always asks different people. You know,
Yeah.
how do you get on the Wall team? How do you get on
Yeah.
the Anna's team? How do you get on these different teams?
Yeah.
Right. A lot of what they don't realize is it's those people out in the
Yeah.
those people that are judging that are
Yeah.
on these teams. Those people that are watching you from the tapes that go out on Instagram and
Yeah.
TikTok and all of that, whatever shows up, what's going on with
Yeah.
that. The companies are watching.
Mhm.
Companies are watching. So just getting in there, just having that opportunity exposes you to a
Yeah.
lot more things, you know?
Hey, you know, there's no way for us to go wrong if we're being ourselves, Ken.
For real.
We're ourselves. That's all we know. Like barbering.
That's who you
So
are.
why not like keep on doing why not keep on being ourselves? You know what I mean? Just be yourself, man. Like
Yeah.
greet people. That's one thing that they taught me and my brothers. That's what my parents taught me, man. You gotta greet people everywhere. If we go to a party, greet, say hi, say bye, or
Yeah.
say your name. Hey, my name is Jose. You know,
Right.
or, my name is Ken. What's up?
Right.
You know, it goes a
Right.
long way. You know what I mean?
Oh, it goes without a
'cause
doubt.
you could be judged like this by not saying. I mean, those are manners that their parents taught us. You know.
Well, and that's true. And unfortunately, some people don't have those. Let's
Yeah.
just put it that way. But not everybody don't have them for a reason. It's like maybe
Yeah.
they didn't have that mentor.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like you said, your mom and dad taught you.
Yeah.
Some parents weren't meant to be parents, so they didn't
Yeah.
really teach their kids. So
Yeah.
you can't always blame the person. It may be the circumstance of their environment.
Yep.
You know, and I think that's part of the key thing. And when you look at it, like I'm sure you do, and so do I, is I don't really judge them based on anything like that. It's like you may be a little bit rude to me or something at a time, and it's okay because you know what?
Yeah.
I think about it like this: maybe you're having a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you grew up in a bad situation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I don't know,
Yeah. Exactly.
so I can't be angry about it or bothered by it.
Exactly.
I can just look and say, okay, well maybe they're having a bad day.
Exactly.
You know, it
Yeah.
happens. We all have bad days.
Yeah, you know what? I also can. I'm not perfect, bro. I have bad days. But you know what? I don't bring them here.
Right.
I don't, because whatever is in my personal life, I come here to forget about it.
Right. It's your
Because
safe haven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's an art. You know, it's something that just takes you away. You know, it's an art that you want to keep on perfecting, because you know, us as barbers, like I'm speaking for myself, right?
Yeah.
I see my work. I'm like, man, what's the next level? I want to get better. I want to get better, bro. And I'm never satisfied, bro.
Well, no, I think that's human nature.
You know what I mean?
Honestly,
I'm
if
never-
something you like, that's
Yeah.
human nature that you want to continue to grow.
Yeah.
You know, and you look at your work and you never think you're good enough. None of us ever do. None of us ever do, right? Think about it. You don't.
Yeah.
But then you have other people look at it and go, wow, that's great. And you look at it and you go,
Yeah.
and you pinpoint everything, you know. But it was one thing that I learned a few years back was to always say thank you.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when people would say, oh, that was great, or this is great, I'd be like, no, da, 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 da.
You gotta say thank you.
No, da, da, da. And now I realized from other mentors telling me,
Yeah.
you know, slapping you on the shoulder,
Yeah.
no.
You gotta say thank
Say thank you. No matter what you think,
Yeah.
say thank you, because that means a lot to that other person too.
you. Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
You know, if they're complimenting you, they're looking at it like, wow, I want to be
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah.
They may not be thinking, but you know, you don't want to push
Absolutely.
them back. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You know
yeah.
what? Going back to where I was saying how like I'm very, you know, I'm very judgmental to myself, like to my work. I just want to get to the next level, I'm never satisfied. I have a client that came in, my regular client, right?
Yeah.
He came in the other day, man, and he brought his brother, he brought 5 other friends. Like, this dude's hyping me up. Oh yeah, like, man, I'm
Yeah.
okay. Like, you know, like, I'm just like, in my mind, you know, I'm okay. Like, no, you come to Jose, do this.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, like, you know what? Like, bro, you know what they told me about my haircut? Like, what? Bro, they told me my haircut looks digital.
Oh,
I'm
dang.
like, what do you mean digital? Yeah, that shit looks fake. You know, like how, like, the fade, you know what I mean? As far as when
absolutely.
you do a fade.
Yeah. People
And in
touch
my
up their
mind,
fades.
man,
Yeah.
like, I think I did okay. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Right.
But me in my mind,
Right,
like,
you're
I want
like,
better, better.
Right.
I want better.
You could walk over to him. You'd probably be like, here's a spot, here's a spot, here's a spot, here's a spot. Nobody
Yeah,
else sees it but
yeah.
you. You know.
But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that's us as artists that could see that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Us as artists, we could see it, but a regular person will not.
Oh.
Regular person will say, "Oh, damn, that's a great haircut!" Like, whoa.
Absolutely.
But when somebody
Absolutely.
sees it, coming from an artist,
Point of
barber
view.
artist
Yeah.
perspective, be like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh, I see a little bit here." You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and that's true. It's true. I mean, honestly, as you know, I do teach.
Yeah.
So I was talking with my students today. I was laughing about that because they're always asking me for my opinions, and I'm always making them take pictures of everything they do.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Why?" I said, "Because here's what's going to happen." I said, "Many times I've had students come to me afterwards and go, I can't believe you." They look through the haircut they did later.
Yeah.
6 months later, halfway through school when they graduate,
Yeah.
and they go, "I can't believe you passed me."
Yeah.
And I chuckle and I say, the best thing for me and for you is that you can see that you did that wrong.
Yeah. And
That means you've grown and you're better.
Yeah.
You can actually see it. Before, you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
And you did the best you could that you were at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You're just the beginning of your education. Now you're at the end of that basic education. Now you can see everything.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah. And I said, Yeah.
You know, yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be. They're like, I said, you've got the itch. They said, what do you mean the itch? I said, you're chasing that perfect fade.
Mm-hmm.
You're chasing the perfect fade.
Yeah, I'm chasing that shit too.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll haunt you.
I don't know. It's like I see it like an addiction, bro.
Yeah.
It just gets to me to, when I see, this is just me, right? But every time that I feel like, oh man, I think I did a good job, you know,
Yeah.
I post it up.
Yeah.
If I feel like I don't feel comfortable, like man, because out there's so many different textures, there's so many different head shapes.
Absolutely.
That whenever I'm speaking from experience, from what I know, that a head shape very much depends, because a perfect, there's lumps around the head, right?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that means if there's little lumps, you gotta hit it very gently because it's gonna cut closer than other areas.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when a walk-in comes in, a new person that I cut, or first-time Bucksy client comes in, he comes in with long hair, right?
Right.
And we have to know the shape of the head, because there's a lot of lumps out there, and if you hit it close, it might cut closer than other areas.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there may be divots that you don't see because you didn't feel them or whatever. All of a sudden you get surprised. Oh yeah.
So
for sure,
that has happened to me a couple of times where I get a walk-in, I cut them up, it's a good job, but then again I see that the client had lumps, or little bumps around the area.
Right.
As far as the head shape, right?
Right. Right.
But then again, like, man, I know what to do next time.
There's what it is.
I know what to do next time. How to go lighter on areas.
Yep.
That there's a little wavy on the head shape.
Yep.
But we learn.
That's what it is. You do know though, a client will give you 3 times before they leave.
They give you 3 chances.
3 chances. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's proven fact. They give you the first one because it's their first one. Hey, you just do me the first time, right?
Yeah.
Second time, you're kind of getting to know my hair. By the third time, you better be pretty close to spot on, or I'm out the door.
I'm out the door.
So it's that 3-strike system. You know what I mean?
Hey, some people don't even give 3 strikes.
No, some people don't.
Some people get like 1.
Yeah,
you didn't get it right the first time. You didn't get it right. Thank you, and I hope to never see you again.
Yeah, right. Hey, but that's what it is.
Hey, it is what it is, and
yeah.
And you know what? We have to learn, from our mistakes.
I'm still learning. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? I'm still learning, man.
Hey, Ken, but you're the master barber.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Like you say, those things surprise you. You're like cutting all, say, like, what the what? And then you say to yourself, I knew I should have checked that head.
Yeah.
I knew I should have checked the head before I started, and you didn't, right? And you just go,
oh shit, yeah.
Oh yeah. Or you misjudged the density, and there's an area that's light that you didn't see, and it's long, and you zip through it. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna fix this one real quick. Yeah. So you said you wanted a mid fade, did you?
Yeah.
I think that looks a little better on you.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? Talking about there's also dents.
Yeah.
Right? When you hit it, when you look at the mirror and you look at your client,
looks
you may hit it with the one open all around for the guideline.
Right.
But there's areas that look darker than others.
Yes.
So that's why you gotta either close it or hit it with the half guard.
Right.
To take it out.
Yep.
See, those are things that, barbers, struggle on. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Absolutely do. And I think it really is partially their experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes they care and sometimes they don't,
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. It's just going back in, but they don't always know how either. Like sometimes when I'm teaching, I have young guys that come in, they've been in the business a couple of years, and then they come into the school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working with them, and they go, oh, wow, I didn't think about that. I'm like, well, yeah, use the corner of your clippers at an angle, and they'll kind of notch into that, and they'll kind of soften that out.
Yeah.
Come with the tip of it back and forth in a zigzag pattern. Like you come one way, then come back the other way to catch the hairs growing in the other direction. Really?
Yeah.
I thought you just went up. I'm like, well, no, that's because you taught yourself.
Yeah.
But as you're looking at it, everybody has different growth patterns in different areas. And yes, they have different dents, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. It's a matter of how you're going to work with the clipper, either more horizontal, diagonally, or vertical.
Yeah.
Right? Vertical coming in just thins that area.
Yeah.
at an angle kind of takes that deeper area if you're going into that crevice.
Yeah.
If you're trying to blend that pressure, it's just a little bit of pressure on the angle right at the line and on the angle right at the other line, back and forth with that corner, and that's what blends it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh.
Oh, shit.
They're like, dang, this is what I needed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Like my one student said to me the other day, he says, this is the refinement that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a self-taught barber for 2 years, and I just couldn't quite get things the way I wanted it.
Right.
Now I've just spent the 4 weeks with you and part of this basic program, and you're giving me these little hints. And he goes, my client said to me the other day, God, you got better all of a sudden. How'd you get better? And then he said, well, I'm in school. And I'm sure the client was like, what? You're in school? For 2 years you've been doing your hair? You're in school?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? There's a lot of everybody has different learning stages.
Yeah.
Not everybody catches up in 1 year.
Mm-mm.
There's barbers that take 14, 15 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Everybody learns differently.
But then again, like, to them, they could say, oh, I got better.
Right.
But for a true artist barber, a barber that's an artist that sees the vision, that sees the details, like, man, that should not. No, like, that could be,
That could be better. Yeah,
detailed more,
easier. Yeah. And there's no such thing as the perfect fade, by the way. It's as perfect as we think it is.
Oh!
Seriously, because it's
That's
like you said earlier. It's like the client doesn't see it, right? And that's what I try to teach the young guys in the beginning, because they're always like, they're so hard on themselves.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, so what'd your client say? Well, he said it looked good.
Good.
I said, then it looks good, because you know what? He has to wear it, right?
Yeah.
Now you can see it. Next time he comes in, you can adjust it, make it look better. Then he'll be like, ooh, something improved.
Yeah.
Oh, it does look even better now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he doesn't know what he's looking for.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, there are some clients that do.
Yeah.
And those are the ones where like, oh my God, they're so picky.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they know exactly. A little higher on this side, a little up on that side. I didn't tell you that. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Did I lose it in the consultation somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's clients that don't even want a detailed fade.
Seriously. Right.
And we're all here. Oh,
Seriously.
let me
You're putting all that work in it,
You're
right?
like, man, I just want I just want a 30 minutes and out. You know?
Want to be in and out, yeah. And that's why I say it's only as good as what the client says.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the client is happy with it, stop. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
because I could do a fade in 30 minutes, right?
Uh-huh.
But then again, I feel like, no, like I could, let me detail it a little bit more.
Right,
I'll
right.
take maybe 45,
Right.
But,
Well, everybody has their own times,
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
you work on what, 30, 45 minutes?
45.
45 minutes, okay.
Because I have to, when I finish, I have to sweep. And that takes
Right,
time,
right.
for
Right.
my next client to come in.
Oh, absolutely.
But,
Yeah, no, I mean, I schedule mine mainly on 30 minutes.
30
Mainly.
minutes.
But if it's a first-time client and I'm
Yeah.
doing a fade on them, I schedule for an hour.
Okay.
Because like you
don't
say,
know
you don't know. And I don't know,
Mhm.
But a regular that I've done at least 5 or 6 times,
Mhm.
then yeah,
Yeah.
it's simple. And if it's been someone I've been doing forever, like forever,
You already know the head.
I know the head. I could do them in probably, it depends on what I'm doing. I'll
Yeah.
say 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
client knows it too. The ones that are like that, they know it,
Yeah.
And that's what I was explaining to my students today, where I was laughing because I've been in the chair, sit in the chair and be the only one in the shop on a Sunday. 2 or 3 clients walk in, and they want to get a haircut right away. And I'll go, it's going to be another 10 or 15 minutes. And my clients, each one of them that I've done forever, they'll turn and look at me and go, no, we're done right now. I mean, you can take him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now that's a true client, right?
Yeah.
To know that he really does know
Yeah.
how long it takes me to do his hair,
Yeah.
but he knows that I'm talking to him. And we're
Yeah.
sharing experiences with life and how are the kids going? What's going on with the family? What happened with that football game?
Hell yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
partially
Yeah.
what it's about too, right?
Yeah.
It's about being creative and artistic, but it's also about being interpersonal with these clients.
Yep.
So you got to talk to them too. And it's funny that they actually really do know the time. Some of them, after a while, they know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Many times, they've said that to me. And I'm like, okay, so I guess he really does know. You're like, guess he really does know.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, that's what I do. The first time it's an
Yeah.
hour, always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's what I do too. Like, going back to where you said that if you're running like 10, 15 minutes and your client's there,
Yeah.
it has happened to me. And what I do, I engage with them because the bench is right there, like next to the chair. I engage, let them know,
Yeah.
hey, I know you're there. Like,
Absolutely.
like, hey, what's up? Like, hey, how was work? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the key thing is when they come through that door right away,
Yeah.
even if you have the client in your
Yeah.
chair, always interact with them right away.
Yeah.
Say hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
And then tell them how long it's going to be before you're with them.
Yeah.
And even if you're off, at least they have an idea, right?
Yeah.
And they won't be nearly as mad. Or if you say it's going to be another 10 minutes and they're in a hurry, they look at you and go, can we reschedule?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right away, not a problem. Because I can't tell you that I always run on time. I'll be lying to you. I'll be lying to you. I don't always run on time. I like to talk, and certain clients and I won't talk, and I'll be like, oh, God, he came in. I said hi to him already. He's still sitting over there like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then I have to apologize, you know. It's just is.
I don't know, but with me, like, I'm very punctual, bro. Like, I take my work serious, Ken. Like, I'm rarely late. I'm always on time. But I'm not going to say I'm maybe like 1-2 times. If it's like a client that I've had for years, I rarely cancel.
Right.
Rarely.
Well, you don't want to cancel.
No,
you don't want to cancel.
And even when let's say I do come late, which is very rare, when I do, and I let them know. I let them like 10-15 minutes ahead of time. They're like, cool, bro, take your time, Yep. Like, hey, bro, you want coffee? I'll bring you coffee.
Right.
You know, like, they understand that, hey, I'm rarely late, and they know that maybe something, maybe
something's
running
happening,
late.
right? Something's going on in your life. You're not going to talk about it, but something going on in your life,
And they understand, and those are the clients that I really, I appreciate a lot because they understand, and I've always taken care of them.
Right.
Never late, never cancel, rarely cancel.
Yep. And you're always on time.
I'm always on time, and I think that's very important for a barber.
Yes. Oh,
always
it is.
Be on time.
Oh,
and if you're not, hey, let them know.
Hey, here's another situation that I always say situations. I'm sorry to bring them up all the time, but I was in the shop last year on a Sunday, right? I roll up. I look at my books. I said, that's right. I don't have anybody scheduled because I only worked the one day, and I'm like, okay, I don't have anybody scheduled. I'm sitting there, and this guy comes in, and he says to me, oh, wait, that's not right. Let me roll that back. That's not true. I had a client in the chair. See, it's been a year. I'm like, wait a minute. I had the client in the chair. That's right. I'm like, whoa, must be getting old. I did have the client in the chair. And this guy comes in. This guy comes in. He's a truck driver, right? So he walks in. And he says, "Are you guys open?" I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Well, where's everybody at?" I said, "Sir, I don't know. We opened up at 9:00. He's like, "Oh, okay." He goes, "You're here?" I said, "Yeah, I'm here doing my client."
Walk-in? This is a walk-in?
Walk-in,
okay.
Yeah. He goes, I said, "If you hang out for a few minutes, the rest of them will show up." You know. I said, "The guys." Show up. They just sometimes a half hour, 15 minutes, an hour late. I said, well, they'll show up. And he said, okay. So he sat down.
To wait for them?
Yeah. He said, okay. So he sat down. No, wait. I got to tell you what happened because this is hilarious. So he's probably about 45 years old, this guy, right? So he's got gray hair and all that stuff, right? So I'm almost done with my client. And I said, not a problem. Give me a couple minutes. I'll get you. He's like, oh, okay. Or maybe someone will come in. I said, cool. First barber comes in. The young kid comes in. He stands by his station. He says, you can come over here and I'll take you now.
That was a walk-in, first-timer.
Yeah.
And he went with him.
No, not at all. Not at all. This is the key thing. He looked at me and he goes, excuse me, why would I go with you?
Right.
You were late.
Yeah.
This man here was on time.
There you go.
And I'm going to wait for him to finish his client.
There you go.
And the guy goes, what? He goes, you heard me, young man.
Yeah.
You should have been here at 9 when I walked through the door, and you weren't.
Right.
So I'm going to wait for him to finish his client. He's going to get my business.
Exactly.
And I was like,
there you go.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, dang.
Hey, that's good. But
good. Yeah, it really happened. I was like, oh, my God. I really did have a client. I don't know why I forgot about the client. But it just blew my mind because I was like, did he just say that? I'm like, okay. So I squeezed him in between. But it was just crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes the weirdest things happen in the shops.
Oh, a lot, bro.
Sometimes the weirdest thing happen. Yeah.
Tell me about it, bro. A lot. So as far as like, because right now, I mean, at the shop, whoever comes in here first gets to have the first walk-in.
Right.
That's how I have it set up.
Right, and that's how it should be.
Because it's not fair for, let's say, the first barber comes here at 8:00 in the morning, right?
Right.
It's not fair for that barber to see a 10:00 barber to show up at 10:00, for that barber to take the walk-in, knowing that he was here at 8:00.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way.
So I think early bird gets the worm, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
and then go on whoever came in after, and
Absolutely.
that's how I let the guys take the walk-ins.
Absolutely.
And
And that's
only fair, right?
No, that's absolutely
Yeah.
fair. That's absolutely fair. I mean, that's how we try to do it at the shop that I'm at too.
Yeah.
I mean, you look on the book, and it's whoever has a client or whatever, and then you go based off of who's first that came in the door.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you don't have a client, you came in first, then that walk-in comes in, you get that walk-in.
Yeah.
Right? If you have a client going on at the time, it's the next person, whoever had come in that didn't have a client, gets that walk-in.
Yeah.
You know, because it's whoever's there first.
Exactly.
You know, but hey, you know, people got to remember that if you want to make money
Yeah.
and you don't have nobody in your book, you better be there.
Yeah.
And if you're not there, you better be out drumming up some business.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So many times people just want to sit there and wait for a client to come in.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
I mean, there are some shops that are walk-in shops, but as a professional, you should have your booty out there.
Yeah, go to work, man.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
Come
absolutely,
on.
absolutely.
You don't think that I didn't do that when I was in the shop full time?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I had downtime. My little butt was out there talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Absolutely, yeah.
the manager of the shop and the owner of the shop too both would look at me like, "Where you going?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, I have a 2-hour space, so I'm gonna go down to the mall over here and start talking to people and handing out my cards." And they'd be like, "Are you for real?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm for real.
Yeah.
Because I got to feed this.
Yeah.
You know, I got to feed me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, yeah, I got to feed me. Got to feed my kids.
Yeah.
You know, you got to do what you got to do."
Absolutely.
And I think people sometimes got to remember that you have to be hungry for it.
Yeah,
And hungry not meaning you're starving, but
No,
hungry for it.
hungry.
How bad do you want it? I mean, you want to make 100,000,
Yeah.
then you need to work.
You need to.
It's not just going to walk through that door for you.
Nope.
You got to make that effort.
Come to the shop, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So, going back to you gotta be hungry, bro. Hey, shout out to Geo Blend, bro. 15-year-old barber from the Stone Park area. He's one of the youngest barbers in the area. He has a YouTube channel. You can follow him on YouTube at Geo Blends with 3 Z's at the end. So talking about like the grind. Hey, this kid, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. He works Monday through Sunday.
That's what he was just telling me when I came in. That's what he was just telling me. I said, da-da-da. He said, yeah. I said, do you go out and have fun at all? He goes, no, I don't really go out. I mean, he goes, I enjoy what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I said, you enjoy it so much, you do it almost 7 days a week? He's like, yeah, absolutely. I said, dang, hey, if you love something that much, you might as well.
Hey,
But hey,
it's the love
I
of
have
the
no
game,
room
bro.
to talk. I have no room to talk.
Love of the game, man. Man, this kid can, bro.
Yeah. I saw his cut that he was doing.
And the dedication that he has, being 15 years old,
Yeah.
man, it's something incredible, bro. That motivates me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Seeing him, he's always on time. He's in high school, right? So he comes to the shop right after school. He stays here till 7. This is Monday through Friday.
Dang.
Saturdays and Sundays, he's here from 9 on the dot, bro.
Wow.
From 9 o'clock. I leave on Saturdays. I leave at 2, maybe 3, and he's still here. He leaves at maybe 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Dang.
That's a dedication, bro.
That's dedication. He's going to get a very good following.
No.
And then
He's
he'll take it to
good.
the next level. Oh,
He's
I'm
good.
sure.
He's good. And
Well,
you
that's
know
what I was telling him. I was asking him if he was going to compete, and he goes, "Oh, not for another year or 2
He's not
years."
ready.
I said, "You do know it's mental, right?"
Yeah, it's a
He
mental
goes,
thing.
He goes, "What?" I said, "No, seriously." I
It's a
said, "You
mental
do know
thing.
it's mental."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." I said, "No. I say your work's good.
Yeah.
You just have to believe that
Yeah.
your work's good enough." And I said, just what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Don't compete against anybody else but yourself.
But yourself,
You're
yeah.
competing with yourself
Yeah.
when you go out for competition. And that's why I said, you're already competing against yourself right now, checking every haircut. You might as well jump out there and get a few little trophies and let everybody else see
Yeah.
you too.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I will in another 2 years. I said, all right, man, I can't talk you into anything. I'm just letting you know it's the mental part. You got to have that mentality that, you know what, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about anybody else. Only worry about you.
Yeah.
You know, and when you're doing good over there by yourself, winning and not talking to nobody else, doing your thing, everybody's going to come and want to be part of your life.
Yeah. Right.
You know, because people want to be around people that are positive.
Exactly.
People want to be around people that are
That's
successful.
How you get better.
Right. And then you're going to be seeing other people's work.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you'll be able to watch other people too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe only 1 or 2 categories, but you'll be able to watch everybody in those other categories and see how they do their
Yeah,
techniques.
they do it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's what I do.
Uh-huh.
I'm there. I'm watching what people are doing.
Peep game, yeah.
Yeah. You never know. I'm learning little tricks from everybody.
Hey, that's
Literally.
good.
Literally, yeah.
That's good.
Oh
That's
yeah,
good, bro.
Oh yeah. No, that's what it's about.
And not only is he a great barber, but he's a team player.
Yeah.
He cleans up, after, because
Yeah.
right here at the shop, we work as a team. Like if I'm cutting and my station is or the floor is filled up with hairs because I'm cutting, you're cutting.
Yeah.
Whoever finishes cleans up after we all clean up after each other.
Absolutely.
And that's teamwork, bro, because
That's
teamwork
teamwork.
makes the dream work, bro.
Literally. And it makes the shop successful because you know what that
Exactly.
means when the clients come in, it doesn't look
Clean.
dirty and messy. And even dirty and messy in just one spot
It makes it messy for the whole thing.
makes it messy for the whole spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They won't come back.
No.
They'll look at me
no.
like, oh, no, this place is dirty. Even if it's
no.
just one
No,
area. Yeah.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
talking about dirtiness, I have one of my clients. Now, this is a long-term client. He says, man, I stopped going to my old barber because he was a great barber, right?
Yeah.
Awesome fade,
Oh, yeah.
everything. But he will not clean his clippers.
Oof.
That's why I decided to go elsewhere.
Yep. And that happens a lot. That happens a
Yeah,
lot in the business. Yeah. Happens a lot.
And
Happens
he's
a
like,
lot.
bro, like with you, bro, I see you, bro, you clean your clippers, you clean your machines, and
Yeah.
that makes me feel comfortable.
Yep.
Because I know I'm not going to catch there's a lot of fucking diseases out there, bro.
Oh, there's a lot of contagions out there. If you
lot of
really
shit.
know what there is out there. Jesus.
A lot of shit. I clean my shears,
Yep.
my thinning shears, my shears.
Yep.
I clean my clippers, my trimmers, and shavers, bro.
Yep. Well, you have
I
to.
clean all of them, bro.
You have to.
Yeah, because you wanna care for your clients because your clients should be your number one priority.
Absolutely.
As a barber.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want no complaints. you know?
No. And that's what
You
keeps them
wanna-
coming back. And that's
Yeah.
what brings them, like you said.
Exactly.
That guy brought in, what, 2, 3 other people with
No,
him?
5.
5 other people with him.
I was
See?
like, holy shit. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, come to Jose.
That says it all, right? That says it all because it's like they're
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you
That
know
says
what?
it all,
And they
man.
have fun. It's another thing, like, a barbershop is not only to cut hair, it's to socialize.
Yes.
You socialize, you create
Yes.
friendships, relationships,
Yep.
you gossip, you bring up comedy, you bring up life lessons, and so many things,
Yeah.
so many
Well,
things,
that's-
and that's what a barbershop is.
Yes.
I know there's barbers that have their own suites, right?
Their own studio. Yeah.
Their own
Yeah.
studio, or they cut it at home.
Yeah.
But it's not the same. Like,
Well, you
I
don't get
know.
the same atmosphere.
Not-
No,
not
you don't
the
get the same
same. It's
atmosphere.
not-
No.
I don't know. It's just, I think it's the environment
Yeah. But here's the thing. That type of culture is for some people.
for some, not
Yeah.
all, brother.
No, not for everybody.
Yep.
Not for everybody. So some people go that route because they think they want to have their own business.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
And then, now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I've not had that. I've had an educational business,
Yeah.
but never that kind of a business.
Yeah.
But what I've learned from other people
Yeah.
is that you try that studio or the 2-chair by yourself. If it goes well, you build a good clientele, then you add a person.
Yeah.
And if that goes well, then you add another person. Then you have to understand as a shop owner, and you do understand as a
Yeah.
shop owner, that you're helping them succeed in life.
Yeah.
So their pressure is your pressure. You want them to come in, you want them to be successful.
Exactly.
So you're investing in them. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Just like you said, it's all the culture.
Yeah.
It's all that team. You're investing in them. You
Yeah,
want them to be
absolutely.
successful. But some people don't understand. They just want to have a studio because they don't want to have that culture.
Yeah.
But what I find, if you want to have that culture, don't just jump into a shop.
Yeah.
Maybe do a studio.
Yeah.
Or as I recommended a couple of my former students, to do like a 4-chair shop, something small,
Yeah. Something small.
right? Something that those 3 barbers could help pay for the rent and everything when
Yeah.
they're there. You got a good culture, and you just come in to make your own money.
Exactly.
Your shop pays for itself.
Uh-huh.
Easy to manage.
Yeah.
It's great to have a small little culture there itself.
Yeah.
That's success.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be big.
Right. Yeah,
Everybody wants
true.
great, grandiose too on the other end. It doesn't have to be big to be successful.
No.
But it has to have dedication. And it has to have a
Absolutely.
good culture, like what you're saying.
Absolutely.
It has to have a positive culture. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think like you going back to where you're saying, the barbershop is not for everybody.
No.
It's not. And I think a lot has to do with the personality of the barber.
Yes.
Because there's some barbers that are low key, they're very to themselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're introverts.
And maybe a barbershop environment is not for them, you know what I mean?
True, very true.
So like you said, yeah, everybody's different.
Yeah, well, and it's like you said, it's personality.
Mhm.
I was talking with another shop owner, and what he was telling me, he said, Ken, I can work with people come out of school that can't cut hair, but I can't teach people skills of interpersonal and how to relate with each other and how to work as a team. And I said, yeah. He said, so I'll take somebody that can barely cut hair coming out of school because he has a good personality, he fits in with the team, he fits in with the culture. If he fits in the team with the sculpture, I'll bring him in because I can always get him better at cutting hair. But you can't teach those interpersonal skills if someone's not willing to open up to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty profound, you know?
It is. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And before Gio started here, I met him, and I like his personality, and he's a team player.
Right.
I'm like, man, just come here, man. I know.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I just been cutting for a year. Like, come in, man. Come to the shop.
Come on in.
I like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
As a
yeah.
person, and he's a team player, and
Well,
and us, as barbers with experience,
yeah.
we like to be around those people.
Well, I like to be around those young, positive people. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because it makes me, like you say,
Yeah.
I see their work and I'm like, ooh, I got to step it up.
Yeah.
You know? Or I see their work and I go,
Yeah.
I never thought about doing it that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or maybe I can help him a little
Yeah.
bit, you know? It's a
Absolutely.
two-way street. It keeps you up to date, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And like I've been trying to say for the last couple of years is I'm not going to be able to keep all that knowledge. I have to pass that knowledge down,
Hey,
you know?
that's deep.
Because when I was young in the business, I was lucky enough to have some mentors that said the same thing. They said, you know what, a couple of them were in their 70s, and they're like, we're not here forever. And to keep this craft going, we have to teach you what we have so that you can then pass it on later to somebody else so that it doesn't get lost in history. And I was like, wow, that was deep.
That's deep.
I was
That's
like,
deep.
dang. But it's true. I mean, I can honestly tell you that I have several books from these guys from the early 1900s, different cutting books, where they were actually sketches and not photographs. Yeah, that they passed down to me, and they went through them with me so that I can kind of kind of learn how, I was just blown back. And it's kind of like paying it forward, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or paying it backwards, I guess, because they're older. I don't know if it's forward, but paying it back, you know what I mean? It's helping build the industry.
Right, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And that's really what it's about.
Yeah.
It's having that right culture, building that culture, because those guys in your shop, and I'm sure have happened to you, people are going to leave from your shop and open their own shops.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they're going to use some of the culture that you've taught them to keep
expand.
that going. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That
That's
is
deep,
kind of crazy, but it's true.
deep.
I mean,
It's
right?
It's deep. And going back to what we were saying, when I used to get a haircut, I'm talking about over 15 years ago.
Yeah.
They used to give me a fade, but with a blade,
Yeah.
not with the shaver.
Yeah.
It was a
It was a razor fade. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I would love to, because I do those too.
Yeah.
I would love to teach, obviously, anybody that wants to learn,
Absolutely.
to do it because I want to pass it down.
That's a
Let's
skill.
not forget about that.
It's a skill.
Because if you think about it, we do a razor fade, we're avoiding the trimmer and the shaver.
Yes.
What does that mean? You're saving time.
You are saving time. Yes,
If
absolutely.
you think about it, you're saving maybe
Absolutely.
10 minutes.
Yeah. But I guess it really comes down to sometimes the reason why they don't do it is because they're afraid.
Yeah, true.
Because that's a straight blade on there. And even though if you're trained, they say, but they're still afraid.
Absolutely.
Still afraid. And that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Because I get around that.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm not going to use my shaver. I'm not going to use my trimmer. But I'm going to use my 5/0. I'm going to use my 4/0.
Yeah.
And maybe my 3/0, or I might skip my 4/0 and go from my
Yeah.
5/0 to my 3/0
Yeah.
after I hit with a razor. You know what I mean? So it's not the trimmer.
Yeah.
It's a detachable blade.
Yeah, the detachable blade.
You know? And I guess some people that learn from like YouTube, don't get me wrong, if you see them, very few people out there use changeable blades.
Yeah.
Very few people out there. They're all using clips, and there's nothing wrong with using clips.
Right.
But I'm just saying that's another way of getting around it. And the steel blade is going to get a cleaner cut, smoother cut,
Oh yeah, true.
which blends easier with your razor.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How do you do your straight razors?
How do a straight razor
How do
fade?
you do it?
Very good question. Yeah. I do start out with adjustable. Set my guide.
Which one though? The trimmer, the little. The
No, I started with the
triple
clippers. An adjustable
Oh,
clipper,
okay.
like a senior.
zero? Okay.
And I set my first guide,
Okay.
right?
With the trimmer.
With a trimmer.
Okay.
No.
What size? Detachable.
If I'm working with my detachable?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if I'm working with my detachable, I'll probably go, depending on how much hair they have.
Yeah.
Depending on how much hair they have. I'll
Debulk
probably do
and
with,
shit?
I'll probably debulk with like a 3/0,
Okay.
you know, and then hit a 5 just below that.
Okay.
Just below that for a smidget. And then I'm going to go for my shave.
Okay.
And then if I need to, I'll come back with the 5/0 and kind of tap the line at a corner if I need to, if there's a line in there. Or, interesting little technique that a friend of mine was telling me about. I say a friend of mine, I'm like, well, it's some of these European barbers are really talented.
Yeah.
Yeah. What they do is take the razor, instead of coming horizontally down, turn it upside down and kind of flick it up and out.
What the fuck?
Or right at that line, kind of flick it up.
Oh, second blend.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I know, right? First time there was an Austrian friend of mine. First time I said, what?
The fuck?
I said, you're going to change that the other direction?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but you just flick it.
Oh shit.
I'm like, bro,
Nah.
that scares me.
Yeah, it does.
That
Scare
scares
me
me.
too, bro.
Yeah. But that's how he does it.
Yeah.
That's how he does it.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I just go down to that 5/0. and then I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if there's a heavier density and
Yeah.
I can't quite get it out,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the shaver.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go shaver and corner it a little bit and see
Yeah.
what goes on if I need to.
Yeah.
If I need to.
The way I do my a straight razor fade is excuse me. I first debulk, and then I get my trimmer. I
Yeah.
set my guideline for the trimmer,
Right.
whether it's a mid fade, I do my line, or a high fade. Then I flip the trimmer the other way,
Yeah.
and I go down and create shave it, trim it down, and create a shape. I create a shape all around.
Yeah.
Obviously, a parallel shape
Right, to what you just did.
to what I just did, but lower.
Right.
So it could be less
Less hair.
hair to shave.
Yeah.
Obviously, not too low, right?
So you go in with it flat with a shaver, with a steel blade hitting first, and then you turn it over and
see,
come
this is
down?
what I do. So when I hit it with the trimmer all around,
Yeah.
then I get the trimmer and I rotate the other way,
Right.
and then I go down because it cuts closer.
Right.
Then you go like this.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
right,
I
because you
flipped it.
tilt it in a little bit more.
I flip it
Yeah.
the other way, and then I go down and
Yeah.
create a shape,
Okay.
down.
All right.
Then what I do is I put gel or hot leather. I got the hot leather.
My favorite.
I get my straight razor, and I use the straight razor, obviously not on the blade side, but the other side,
Right.
and then I just lay it down, right? Then,
Oh, damn.
so if this is your head right here, right?
Yeah.
This is the razor.
Yeah.
I don't hit it. I hit it in a light angle, so it won't create like a sharp line.
Oh, yeah.
Like
so
a
you're
straight-
going more
I go
parallel
straight,
to the
yeah.
skin and not quite at a 30 degrees.
There's no line.
So it shaves it right off.
Yeah, so you hit it really light.
Yeah.
We'll go all the way around.
All right.
No line.
No line.
No line
No line.
at all.
Damn.
Man, we should do some tutorials, man.
No shit.
Fucking
All
straight
right.
razor fade.
Yeah.
Sign up.
Sign up, yeah. I'm like, dang, sign up, yeah.
A few
That beats
spots
that flick
open.
the other direction. It would scare the crap out of me.
No, I would not.
That's
not
what he
that
said. I was
silly.
like, dude, and I tried. No.
I would not go that.
No, because that
fucking
peels
scared
somebody.
to
That
do
was my
shit.
problem. I was like, what? But he did it on my head.
Yeah.
Did it on my head. Because
Hey.
I was like, what are you doing? I was like,
Like, yo,
What do
be
you-
careful with my head.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't go that close anymore these days.
Yeah. Oh, you don't use the.
I used to
Ball
have
tape?
a razor fade all the time.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like a
Till the
mid
last
or
couple
high?
of years. Huh?
Mid or high fade?
Mid razor part. And
Oh, okay,
it was a
okay.
high fade because they would take it up, but
Yeah.
midway with the razor.
Yeah.
So I'd like to feel all that nice skin,
Yeah.
you know. But nowadays my skin's so sensitive as I've
Yeah.
gotten older, I
Yeah.
break out if I'm not
You
careful.
do?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I
But you
blame it
know
on my
what?
mom.
I used to break out too, bro.
Yeah.
When they used to do I think a lot has to do with, do they spray you with aftershave
I mean, afterwards?
afterwards?
Yeah.
They do, and you still break out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's not
Okay,
the
another
cleanliness. I think it's
question.
just sensitivity.
No, check this out. Another question.
Yeah.
Does that barber wear gloves or at his hands?
No, it doesn't wear gloves. No, it doesn't wear gloves.
Maybe that could be it.
That could be it. Yeah,
Maybe
there's
that
only
could
one
be it.
person that's actually done it, and I haven't broken out.
Maybe he wears gloves.
And it's not a he.
Is it she?
Mm.
Hey, she.
He, she, no. No, it's a she. Trust me. It's a she. Yeah, she's an Italian. She's Italian. Yeah, she's Italian.
Oh,
She learned.
shit.
She was went to school
Yeah.
in Italy
Yeah.
for 6 years,
Holy
and then
shit.
came over here. Yeah.
Holy shit. What's her
Yeah,
name?
yeah. Lydia.
Lydia.
Yeah.
She has an Instagram?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
her name?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know her?
I'd have to look it up. Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
post
she's
it
the
up.
one that I let nowadays, because she's the only one that does it. And I don't break out.
Yeah, maybe
You know.
she's really, because
'Cause
there's
she's
a lot.
pretty light-handed too, though.
Maybe
You don't
that's
always
why.
feel her on my head.
Maybe that's why too. It
Yeah,
has to do with
very
it,
well
too.
could be. Maybe the guys are too heavy-handed.
Yeah,
I didn't think
probably.
about that. Yeah.
Probably, and maybe sometimes it could be because I used to get razor fades,
Yeah.
and I used to touch it a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe
Oh,
if you touch it, yeah, you
that
get
could be. I
bumps.
didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't
That
touch
could
it.
have been right. Yeah. But that's part of the fun.
Yeah. How smooth and shit.
Yeah, literally. Because when you go to
Holy
shower in the you're in the shower, then you like
Yeah.
rub down. You're like, whoa, no hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Hey Ken, so you are a wall instructor, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I had
Hey.
to think about that. I'm like, yes.
So talk to us a little bit about that, man. How that came about.
Let me explain that exactly. I don't contract with Wahl Pro.
Right.
Okay.
Just wall.
So I'm not a Wahl Pro
Oh,
educator.
okay.
Okay. I am the principal of education for the Wahl Barber Academy.
Okay.
Right. So what does that mean exactly? Because a lot of people are like,
Yeah,
what does that
the
mean
fuck is
exactly?
that?
Well, what had happened is Pivot Point Academy,
Yeah.
which teaches cosmetology, barbering, and aesthetics,
Mhm.
partnered with
Yeah.
Wahl Pro
Mhm.
to open the Wahl Barber Academy.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Mhm.
So I work for the Wahl Barber Academy as a principal of education and lead Master Barber.
Okay.
Educator. Had to throw that in.
Yeah.
Educator.
Educator.
Yeah. So that's how that. How did that come about? Well, it was the merger. I was a lead barber educator for Pivot Point Academy, and like I said, they merged together. And when they merged together, they asked me to step into the position of principal of education.
Yeah.
And I wrote the curriculum for the new academy that just opened up in October. December 4th, just the other day,
Yeah.
we opened the clinic with our first student coming in there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What's up?
I know, right? And December 4th, I also added 5 more people to the
Sheesh.
academy, so it's growing fast.
Hey.
It's growing fast. It's right there in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't complain. So yeah, I'm there right now full time, but I'm in charge of education for both the cosmetology school
Yeah.
and the Barber Academy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what's up, bro.
yeah, it keeps me busy.
Absolutely.
busy, yeah.
Doing what you love. Hey,
Yeah.
Ken, what do you think about the barbering industry for what it is right now?
Okay, that's pretty vague. What do I think about it? I think it's a pretty cool place to be. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things growing. There's a lot of things growing fast.
So much.
Technology's coming out really good because now they're bringing in these other manufacturers of clippers, and they're actually doing it well, and they're lighter weight.
Mm-hmm.
So I see a lot of growth there.
Mm-hmm.
I see the cosmetology side of the hair industry reaching out for the barber industry to make them become part of a collaborative group together.
Yeah.
I see a lot of potential in the barbering community to grow even further than what it is.
Mhm.
I mean, we've grown exponentially so far since 2011. I mean, it's just kind of exploded. Our business
A
just
lot,
continues
bro.
to grow, yeah. I truly think that happened due to the recession of 2008 and people
Yeah.
losing their jobs, and they were going to these salons and paying $60, $100 for a
Yeah.
haircut, and now not being able to afford that. And at that point, our haircuts were much cheaper, so it was
Mhm.
a mid-range. And then they decided and realized that barbers gave a really great haircut
Yeah.
for a decent medium price,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was a bigger demand for us again. So we've just boomed. The industry is just going crazy. I think it's a 12% increase between 2020 to 2023 is what the labor from the U.S. Department of Labor was saying. The exponential growth of it is 13%, 13%, 12%, one of those two. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, and in the next 10 years. I mean, so it's just crazy.
It's growing so quick.
Oh my God. And it's exciting though. It's an exciting time to be part of it. Yeah.
I love it. I remember now taking mine back in 2020. I remember the haircuts were at 25.
Yep.
Now we're at 2023. We're about to hit 2024. They're at $50.
Yep.
Well, that's
Well, that's inflation.
That's 50%.
Yeah, but that's inflation. Think about how the gas went up. Think about how our food's gone up. It's gone up almost 3 times as much after COVID than it was before. Everything has to go up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a big thing that a lot of the barbers were afraid of, and I was kind of, I get on some weird topics when I talk to my students when we're working. And I don't mean weird, but,
Barber related.
Barber related, yeah. Because they always want to know what I charge because they know I work in the shop. So they say, what do you charge?
$100.
So I always chuckle and I say, well, right, how much do you think I charge, right? And they're like, oh, at least $75. I'm like, oh. Or like you say $100. I'm like, oh. Okay.
Time to jack it up.
I know. I mean, I guess I'm behind the times. And then I laugh and I go, do you really want me to be honest with you how much I used to charge in 1994? Oh. And they all start laughing. They're like, oh, you're that old? I'm like, well, simmer down.
Yeah.
Simmer down.
Simmer down.
I'm older than you are. But I say, yeah. So at that time, no joke, at that time I was charging $23.50 for a haircut.
That's a lot.
Yeah. People were paying $7 and $10 for it. At that time I was charging $23.50 for a haircut.
Damn, you were balling.
Yeah.
Damn, well, that's what's up.
Yeah. So if that was that inflation that would be going on, I'd be 100 plus right now, right? But I always let the students know that each area has a demand, right? So where my barbershop is, not my barbershop, but the barbershop I rent a chair in, what it will sustain in that area, what will the going highest price be, is about $40.
Yeah.
So if I want to get that other value, I would have to go to a different shop somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I try to tell them that what you may think you're valued at and what that community will support at a certain price is what the community will support at a certain price.
True.
You know what I mean?
Hey, that's very
true. I mean, so they got to understand that too.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, it's called inflation. We got to raise our prices every year. We just have to each time. Yeah. Not exponentially crazy. 50 cents, $1.
Yeah.
You talk about $10, $15, that's a bit much. I mean, you're trying to gouge people.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. And then the good thing about raising prices is, as you know, is that you'll lose some of those clients, but then it gives you room to have other clients that will pay that higher price. And it makes up for the loss of those clients, and eventually you'll build back up again.
Yeah.
And then when you raise the price again, you'll lose a few clients, but that higher price will make up for losing those few clients, and then you'll get some more clients that will pay that price.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people are always afraid, like, oh, my God, I'm going to lose all my clients.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
You know the people that can't afford it.
Yeah.
And you're going to get the people that could.
That's right. There's always somebody willing to pay that price.
And, man, I don't know, man, but I think there's barbers that they need to sit back and really understand how things work. For example, you got to look around the area before you jack it up. I mean, you're working at a barbershop, right?
Yeah.
Look around the area, see how much other barbers charge.
Yeah.
And work around that.
Yeah. Well, it's true because, again, that's what that market will support.
There you go.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The majority of the barbers at $50 an hour in the area, that's what that area will support.
Yeah.
Every now and then, a person here and there could probably charge 60, maybe 80, but the whole group can't because it's not going to. Yeah, it's not going to work.
The area.
Yeah.
I'm at $40, right?
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't want because I know the area.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're not in the area where, there's wealthy people that could afford $80, $100. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, for sure.
People with family that make enough to make a living. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why, I feel comfortable where I'm at.
Yep.
But like you said, it depends on the location.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Location. If I'm downtown in the city, I could easily charge $125.
Easy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out in Barrington, usually $125.
Yeah.
If on the Gold Coast,
Yeah.
So people got to realize that. Now, if I was out in Effingham, Illinois, I'm not gonna be able to charge that price. Let's be honest.
No.
So it's like you just it's the area, really, seriously. And at that point, it doesn't matter how much experience you have.
No, it just depends on the area. You gotta work around with the people.
Yeah.
Hey Ken, tell us your story on how you got into barbering.
Wow. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I could tell you that story. Okay, so I was I was 20 years old.
Okay.
I was managing a restaurant. My brother and his wife moved up from down south to Illinois. And she says to me, "You don't look like you're happy for managing that restaurant." And I go, "Nope. Whatever made you think I was happy with it?" She goes, "Well, you should have went to college." I'm like, "Nope. Not interested in college. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to figure it out." So she says to me, "Well, why don't you come with me to a place called Pivot Point?" Now, Pivot Point is a cosmetology school. It's not a barbering school. Now, at this point, I didn't know if I wanted to barber or cosmetology. I didn't know I wanted to do any of that. So she took me there. Next thing I know, I was signed up.
They like you. They're like, "Hey, come on, Ken."
Yeah. So I signed up. And so the good part is my sister-in-law, she wanted to sign up too, because she had been going to a school down south and came up to this one because it's a famous, big international school. I don't know it was a big, famous international school. All I know is I got my butt signed up because she wanted me to sign up, so I signed up. I'm 20 years old. I mean, if she would have said jump, I'd have said how high. You know what I mean? So I get in there and honestly said to myself, I got to learn how to cut. I'm like, okay, this isn't too bad. I'm kind of challenged with this, but this is not bad. Got to learn how to wrap perms. I said, "Excuse me?" Thought I was just cutting hair.
Right.
Oh. And then they're like, "Oh, we got to do some roller sets and finger waves." My head turned.
What?
What? Okay, so that's 3 months in. Now, the 4th month, I hit the floor for the first time. And there's 17 of us on the floor, right? First client comes in and everybody disappears.
They were scared.
And I'm standing there like, well, I guess I'm going to take the client.
Yeah.
And the first client that came in was a men's haircut. And as soon as I did the men's haircut, I knew I wanted to be a barber. Yeah, I knew I loved the hair industry. Right then. Right there. Now, at that time, there were only a few barber schools. And they were not in good areas.
Okay.
Let's put it that way. And so I lived in the country. So, yeah, I was like, no, I'm not going to drive for all of that. So it took me quite a few years and a lot of stuff going on to get my barber's license, but eventually it came back around 20 years later, and I was able to get my barber's license.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then right away got my educator's license. I don't play. Do it right away. Boom, boom.
Yeah,
but opportunities do come along. So altogether cutting hair for 30 years, yes. As a barber, 10 years. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Yeah.
How was can you describe the moment where you first hold the clipper?
Wow.
How was that feeling? Like, man, like, oh shit. Or what was going through your head? Like,
what was going through my head when I picked up the pair of clippers?
Were you nervous?
No, actually, when I picked up a pair of clippers, I wasn't nervous.
Yeah, fuck it.
No, it was Ulster Fast Feed. I can tell you exactly what it was. Ulster Fast Feed.
Ulster Fast Feed.
Yeah. And I didn't know what I had in my hand at that time. I didn't know that was like a dang good pair of clippers. I thought it was just some school pair of clippers, cheap, like everything else that you get in those, kits usually. And it had a nice little hum to it.
Yeah.
I was like, kind of liked it. It was just one of those things. I don't know. I fell in love with it. Yeah.
Jeez.
I was like, dang. And then I remember looking at some other clipper brand I won't say right now.
Yeah.
And I compared the two.
I won't say right now.
I won't say right now. I compared the two together and I go,
I'd rather not.
I'd rather not say. I looked at two and I go, this looks horrible. This looks good. And I click on it. I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did get a good place at this. I was like, oh, yeah. But yeah.
Gee,
Yeah.
that's nice.
I don't know. I just got to. how they say it?
Yeah.
Big grin. That's the
Yeah,
best way to
hell
put
yeah.
it. I won't say the terms behind it, but I got a big grin when I turned that side. I was like, ooh, hey. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
But I'd spend years getting cuts by my dad.
Oh,
When he
would
wasn't
cut you?
taking me to the barber shop, he
He would
was
cut you
cutting
up?
myself. Oh, yeah, military father, man.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah, you didn't have a choice. You sat there. My cape was an actual sheet that he put around me with a safety pin. And come me, he'd be like, "Oh my God, that hurts! Oh my God, that hurts!" Because he didn't have trimmers; he used gosh darn clippers and cut around your ear with those, and dug in with the corner. I got to get that hair. I got to get the hair. But little did he realize that the hair grows flat in a curve around your ear.
Yeah.
Right on mine it does,
Yeah.
and he'd be like digging in, trying to get that, trying to
Yeah.
get that, trying to get that. I'm like, Jesus, I could hear it vibrate through my skull.
Oh
You know.
shit.
So I think that's why I got turned off a little bit
Yeah.
on that concept. But my sister-in-law said the really reason is she was like, first off, she said, man, since the time you were 14 or 15, you're so dang picky about your hair. She goes, I figured you was going to be a hairdresser or an actor or something with hair. You had to because you're so dang picky about your hair. I mean, I was like, I got to get it cut every so often. I have to use this product in it. I have to use this blow dryer. I have to use this brush, you know, and don't touch it once it's there. I've got it there. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
And they'd be like coming up and don't touch my hair.
Yeah.
Touch me anything else, but don't touch my hair.
Yeah.
They were like, man, you were so freaking finicky. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe that was the prelude to, hey, I was going to be doing hair, you know. So that's why she said, I figured you had to be. So that's why I pushed you in that direction, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, but the funny thing is we started together in school, right?
Yeah.
She ditched me after 3 months. She never became a
She gave up?
cosmetologist. Yeah, she ditched. She ditched. But that was the best hitch and roll that I ever did. I mean, because I, took her advice and 30 years later, I'm still doing it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been blessed to have so many opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, so many opportunities that most people don't get, you know. As they say, when it's right, things all kind of happen, you know. So, yeah.
What keeps you going, Ken?
You know, trying new things, trying to learn new things.
Mm-hmm.
Just stressing myself to the max, trying to get stuff done. I don't know. I mean, I just have a desire to learn as much as I can because I figure the more I can learn, the more I can share.
Yeah.
I suppose, you know. My career wasn't always fast forward as like it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the beginning it was till about 12 years in, and then I coasted for about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean, coasted is I didn't do a whole lot other than go to work and come back home and take care of the family.
Right.
Once my girls got grown, then it was time to jump back in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I went back full force again, and energy just got all boosted up. And, you know, because the love was always there, but you have to always remember that you have to try to balance it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was finding it hard to balance work and the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So with as passionate as I am, so I decided to just stop, but just do the day-to-day stuff, get my money, take care of my family,
Mm-hmm.
and then once they are back where it is, then I can go back full force.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people will do that, but I realized after a little while I was losing time with my oldest one, and family to me is important.
Uh-huh.
So no matter what your passion is, you still have to spend time with those guys because they're only there for a limited time,
I know.
People don't realize the kids grow so dang fast.
Hey, you're right. Yeah.
And before you know it, they're gone. So, and when I came back after that 10 years of rest, I did my continuing education, different things, but I had more more desire, more passion, more, I really don't have anything holding me back no more again. So I can go in with all 9, do 6, 10 days, not 6, do 7 days a week if I want to, do 6 days a week if I want to, work from, 9 to midnight at night, whatever it takes and whatever I want to do in it, So, that's kind of what drives me. It's just, there's so much more, there's so much new to learn. And it's always changing, I guess. People don't realize, they think, oh, it's just the same. No, everything's changing. Think about how the haircuts rotate through and out and out. And then you've got new technology that comes in and out, and the fashions are going in and out. So, like the perm were in for a little while and it went out. Now, blow drying, the pompadours were in and came out. And, it just keeps evolving. So there's always something new because there's always a different twist to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was trying to tell my students too when I'm talking to them. It's like, you guys got to understand that, they look at me like, oh, see this haircut? I look at it and go, yeah. They're like, why aren't you excited about that? I'm not excited about it.
Yeah.
But I've already done that 3 times around in that 30-year cycle. You know what I mean? So I'd see it come around, just a different variation. And they're like, oh. And I said, so I can show you the classical look. I can show you the more modern look. Which one do you want to see? And they're like, oh. it's cool because you
Yeah.
get that twist to it. Then you have to see
Yeah.
if you can do that twist to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what kind of keeps me. It's just like, ooh, I kind of have an idea how to do it because I did it like 10 years ago, but now it's different.
Yeah.
You know, what am I going to do with that? You know? Yeah.
Keeps it entertaining.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hey, Ken, I know we all fail in life.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember a point in your life where you failed? And how did you manage to get back on track?
Oh, please. I mean, you think doing hair was easy for me? That's all I can say. Hair was not easy for me to do for the first probably 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man! Holy Jesus! That's all I could say. Holy Jesus!
Holy Jesus.
I've chopped bangs up, chopped bangs off, put bald spots in, and it wasn't just. Now I'm saying the first 3.5 years, right? And I can tell you what happened just about 2 years ago too, where I failed. My poor client. I turned around, I'm talking, I grabbed the wrong clip.
Holy shit.
Yep. Thought I'm grabbing a 1/2 inch clip, right? Or the number 4, which is the 1/4 inch, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I grabbed the half.
From the 4.
Yeah, so the 1/16.
Yeah.
Didn't think anything of it, popped it on there, I'm talking to him, zip it up to his occipital bone. He's not facing the mirror, because, right, I'm standing behind him. I zip that big thing, clip it off, all that hair comes off, and all of a sudden he goes, "Now, you don't think you're going too short, are you?" I said, well, so what had happened was, thank God he was one of my regulars.
Oh, fuck.
And I go, what had happened was, I kind of grabbed the wrong clip. And he goes, what do you mean? So I showed him the mirror. He goes, oh, wow, that's kind of shorter than what I wanted. I said, I'm sorry, man. It can be for free. He goes, no, go ahead and continue that. Let's see what it looks like. So I faded him out. And he goes, you know what?
It looks better.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have tried this had you not made that mistake. I'm like, yeah, well, yeah. Thank you.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, it was like, oh, shoot. Man, you know, it's like you do make those little mistakes. I mean, you just do.
Absolutely.
It's how you deal with it with a client, though. As long as you're honest with them and upfront with them.
You gotta be honest.
Yeah, but now did it kill my ego for a second? Absolutely did.
Did.
The whole philosophy of your stomach just goes. Doom.
Yeah.
I felt like my whole stomach just turned like you are the biggest, and I'm thinking to myself, you're the biggest idiot. How did you just do that? And now how are you going to explain this? You know, that all went through your head in less than a second. You know, like blah, blah, blah.
You're like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah, but I didn't want to say it
your
out
whole
loud
stomach
because
drops, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, like oh shit, what just happened? Right? Oh my god, I didn't just do that.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah. No, it's Yeah, I get I'm always making a mistake. It was like I was telling some of my students, you've worked with a razor, right? Guarded razor, right? So 1997, I believe it was 1997. I was at ABS, America's Beauty Show, right?
Okay.
I'm doing a class on a stage for Pivot Point International, right? And the new feather razor comes out with a built-in guard. And I'm cutting with it on this demonstration, and I go and I hold it up and I say, "Hey guys, this is a fancy new razor. It's the feather razor. It's lightweight. It has a built-in guard, and see how I can do it this way and not cut myself. Do it this way and not cut myself." And I said, "And look, it's such a good guard. You can actually press on it like this, and it won't cut you."
And it cut you.
It cut me.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it cut me. And about that time, I'm saying that I'm feeling it, right? And I'm like,
fuck.
Well, it shouldn't cut you, and I can feel the blood
Trickling
down my finger.
Oh,
and I was like,
shit.
okay.
Fuck. Somebody bring me
and I go, okay, so maybe if you press too hard, it can cut. And they're like, oh, you got the people like, audience are like, shit. Oh yeah, look at you, yeah. So now that's the first day of the show.
Right.
Now I'm scheduled to do this every single day. So now I got a Band-Aid on my thumb, so I can no longer say that it doesn't cut me. So people were asking me, so how'd you get that Band-Aid on your thumb? What can you say? I cut myself. It wouldn't have to be that razor you're trying to show us. That's exactly what it was. So yeah. Yeah, so I'll never forget that. That's why it's like
Oh my God,
stating
like,
great. It's like,
fucking
and you're like, oh,
fuck.
no,
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
man.
Man.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Hey
It
Ken, do you have a mentor?
Oh,
Like, throughout
absolutely,
your barbering industry career?
absolutely. Yeah. I believe in order to grow, you have to have somebody as a mentor,
Yeah.
and a mentor is not someone that is chosen for you.
Mm-hmm.
I believe a mentor is someone that you look up to, that you admire um, for their skills or for the personality or for both. And a mentor is someone that the mentee actually chooses. I've had many mentors over the years. My first mentor in the business was Leo Passage, who was a world-renowned hairstylist, competition winner, represented the U.S. and represented Holland in the World Olympics of hairdressing. He was my very first mentor and taught me a lot. But my current mentor is Roderick Samuels out of Detroit. All right, he owns, I forgot the heck said the name of his school. Gosh darn it, all of a sudden I forgot the name of his school. But he's out of Detroit. He was an ADS educator,
Yeah, oh shit, okay.
right, for quite a long time, and now he's a Wahl educator. But it didn't really matter to me what company he was with. It's just his personality, his skills, and his ability to teach. The man is just amazing. It's mesmerizing.
Yeah.
You know, always positive.
Yeah.
And as a mentor, if I have a question or not sure, I can literally call him up most times, and he'll answer unless it's late at night.
Mm-hmm.
And we can talk for hours. I can ask him questions. He offers me books to read. Different things to look at, to check on, to try.
Yeah.
So just an all-around great man. All-around great man. Yeah. So, yeah, I do have a mentor. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, that's
Yeah.
what's up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it up a little, Ken.
Sure.
If there's something you could do without getting paid, what would you be doing?
Something I could do without getting paid. Oh, well. Huh. I don't really think about that. I mean, in the back of my head, all I'm saying is hair,
Yeah.
So I probably would say I probably would still do hair. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it just is. I mean, yeah, there's been many times that I've
Yeah.
done it and not gotten paid for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, people don't realize that you have to give back,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I think, and then things come to you. Not saying that that's why you give back, but
Right.
you have to give back. There's a lot of times I've given back over the years, and even
Mhm.
still recently, I give a lot of stuff back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ask for anything in return
Mm-hmm.
because it's a passion.
It is.
You know what I mean? The industry is a culture, a life. I
Mhm.
call it a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one big family, And I believe if you can help and give back,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it's about. So, yeah, there's lots of times I do things in the hair industry and don't get paid. A lot of time, usually probably more times than I do get paid.
Yeah.
And to me, don't get me wrong, I do have to have pay to live,
Mhm.
but no, it's just when you just love what you do, it's
Yeah.
just I would do it and not get paid. It don't matter to me in that
That's deep.
aspect. Yeah,
Deep.
yeah,
Going back to what we were saying, or continuing to what we were talking about, doing what we love to do without getting paid. There was a situation. This was a busy day for me, right?
yeah,
I had a 2:00 no show.
yeah,
I'm like, damn, this guy didn't show up. Like, man, like.
yeah.
So I'm walking around, cleaning my station. I go to the break room. As I'm walking out the break room, literally walking out, a walk-in comes in. Take in mind, everybody's busy, right? Except me,
Right,
because my 2:00 didn't show up.
right,
So I'm walking, and I see a walk-in comes in. Obviously, I greet him. Hey, what's up? How can we help you? Oh, are you guys accepting walk-ins? Man, I'll take care of you, man. Come on, man.
yeah,
So we're having a conversation, and long story short, his wife, he has a wife, had a stroke
oh gosh,
a month prior to. She's in the hospital.
yeah,
She doesn't remember who he is.
oh,
she doesn't remember who her 3 kids are.
Oh my God.
So keep in mind, I'm almost done cutting his hair.
Yeah.
He's telling me all these the situations that he's going through, and I'm really like, man, hurting for him because
Yeah.
I try to picture myself in his shoes. I'm like, man, if my God doesn't recognize me, especially my kids, man. Like, fuck, that's deep.
That would be hard. Yeah.
That's deep. So this is just the person that I am, right?
Right.
So as I'm getting ready to take out the cape, you know, every barber, you know, they're on their own thing. I want to, you know, keep it a little personal. Like, hey, bro, like, man, I'm not gonna charge you for this haircut.
Yeah, it's on me. Yeah.
Like, what? What you mean you're not gonna? Like, yeah, bro, you're going through a lot of things, bro.
Yeah.
$40 is not gonna make me rich, bro.
No.
So don't worry about the haircut.
Yeah.
Bro, Ken, this guy got out the chair, bro. He looked straight in my eyes. Tears were coming down his cheeks, bro. He gave me a hug, bro. I hugged him like, bro. He's like, bro, God is gonna pay you for this.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm gonna come back to you, bro.
See? That's why I say money's not it. You know, money's not everything.
Yeah, but you know what? That made me feel like it was the right thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it was the right thing to do.
Because there's so many people out there that are going through things, and us as people, we gotta help out. You know?
Yeah.
Because you never know, we might be in that situation.
Absolutely,
you know I mean?
might be. You don't know. Yeah.
And it really touched me, bro. Everything that he was telling me. And it really touched me, and me as a barber, bro, and the client sitting down, I just want, we're not only barbers, we are like people that would show support, you know?
Yeah.
We're so many things, man. We're not only barbers, we're here to help out our clients, you know? If our client needs a kitchen remodel, like, hey, bro, I know somebody. Hey, call them up.
Yeah.
Or hey, if our client, the plumbing's out, I know my guy. Call him up.
Yeah.
You know, we want to make it as convenient as possible for our clients, so we could help them out and build that bond.
Right.
You know, build that bond so they won't forget about us. You know, so we're here to help out. And I think that's one of the most important things that a lot of barbers don't know, man.
Yeah. Well, that goes back to the whole philosophy that barbering's the pillar stone of the community.
Yeah.
The foundation of that community, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you're saying when you're saying that.
It's deep.
Right? Yeah. No, it's true.
It's deep.
It's true. It's true. I
Not
can see it.
only-
I hear it
Yeah,
right
it's
now
deep,
with
it's
you.
deep.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I cut up my dad, bro.
Yeah.
Such a great joy cutting up my dad, man. Because, man, he gave me life, you know? And then he comes with my mom.
Yeah.
And then my dad, like, how much owe you, man? What you mean how
You owe
much?
me nothing.
Nah,
No,
man.
absolutely. Free.
You owe me nothing,
Absolutely.
man. What are you talking about?
Without you, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, man, thank you for stopping by, you know?
Yeah.
And I know you mentioning about our parents,
Yeah.
mom and dad.
Yeah.
We gotta spend time with our parents. I know, it's good to be booked. Yeah, it's good to get money, but money's not everything in life, you know?
No.
Not everything, because money goes, man.
Yep.
And you know what? Money comes and goes, but family doesn't go and come back. You know, once they're gone, they're gone. So try to spend as much time with your parents, with your brothers, with your sisters, with your kids, with your wife.
Yep.
And yeah, it's okay to be booked, right?
Oh yeah.
But try to, you know, we have to make time for our family.
Absolutely.
Because
do need to.
we're gonna get old, man. We're gonna get old, and we're gonna come to a point where our 10-year-old daughter is gonna turn 25.
Right.
And guess what? They turn 25. What happens? Oh, they get their own place, right?
Oh, they're all by themselves. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Guess what? You missed out.
You did miss out. Yeah. If you
know?
waited from 10 to 25, and you didn't know about it.
Like,
You missed out.
man,
Yeah.
You know, like,
oh, I
man.
know. Oh, trust me.
You know what I mean?
know. Oh, I do know. I do know. My oldest one's 34. I know. And I look back and go, fuck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
34?
Yeah.
How old am I? You know? But yeah, I mean, that's true. I said, and that's why, back when I did, I took time away because really I saw that my oldest daughter, because at that time I was traveling internationally, teaching, cutting, coloring, all that kind of stuff, on stages, in classrooms, at schools, teaching teachers. I mean, I was all over. And my oldest daughter, she looks at me and she says, "So does that mean, Daddy, I'm not seeing you that much anymore?" And I'm like, "No, you're really not," because at certain times I was out for 20 days straight in a month. Or if it wasn't 20 days straight, it was I'm out 5, in 2, out 4, in 2, out 3, in 1, out 5. So it's a back and forth switch. Yeah. So when the little one, was the oldest one, begins to tell me that I'm not around, it kind of hurts your heart.
It does.
And then you got to look at it and say, am I doing what's right for my family?
It does.
I may be making all that money, but money doesn't really make up for that family stuff. So
it doesn't.
And so I took that time off, and then as I did that, my youngest one, my oldest one would remind me, "Hey, Dad, you didn't take me there. You should take her there. Hey, Dad, I know you were there, but you really weren't there.
Yeah.
You should really do that father-daughter dance and really get her,
yeah,
whatever that she wants, some flowers or something, or make a special, take her out to dinner afterwards or something. Something that you didn't really have that time to do with me because you were there, but then you were on the phone, but you were there." And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So her and I, my youngest one, we do little shopping times.
Yeah.
We go out and we buy a purse. We go out and, buy an outfit.
Yeah.
Those are the things that my oldest daughter was like, "Dad, I wanted you to," and you would take me there and you'd be like, "Get whatever you want."
Yeah.
And she said, "I would hate that because, I could get whatever I want, but the time really wasn't there because you'd sit there and I'd do whatever, and then you'd go, 'Yeah, that looks good.' She goes, 'I want you to do more for that.' So then then she would come with me with the little one. I'm standing out there and they'd be coming out modeling. I'm like, whoa, not that. You can't have that. Go back in there."
Yeah.
My oldest would be like, "Well, maybe it was better, Dad, that you weren't looking with what we were." I'm like, hold up, girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it just really is important,
Yeah.
I agree with you. That is if that's what you want. I mean, if the family is what you want, then you need to be there,
Yeah.
And even if it's just a relationship with a partner,
Yeah.
you still need to be there, man.
It's gonna be there.
You got to give them their time. That's the hardest thing is to balance because we all chase that money. We chase that fade. We get lost in the time. Oh, yeah. I mean, I still do it now. I'll get lost in the time, and I'll be somewhere for 12 hours.
Yeah.
I've been like, I should have left 6 hours ago. Should have left 4 hours,
Yeah.
It's life, man. Yeah.
I think time is more valuable than money.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't get back time.
Yeah, we ain't getting younger, man.
No, you can't get back time, but you can get back money. But you can't get back time.
You can't get
No.
back time or
I mean, you go in one direction.
People.
No, that's all I'm saying. You go in one direction. That's called up in age.
Yeah.
It's not down. You know what I mean?
I mean, because my youngest is 10 years old, a 10-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
And on Friday nights, she would tell me, "Papi, are you going to get off early Saturday? Because we need to do something."
Yeah.
And that's why I changed my schedule to leave early Saturdays.
Good.
So I leave 2 o'clock,
Yeah.
2 o'clock, It's time to go home,
Yeah.
I could stay all fucking night, and I could be bugged.
Yeah, but come on, it's Saturday.
Nah, I just rather go home, and spend time with her.
Yeah.
And when she sees that she even knows about Bugsy.
Oh, I'm not
She's
surprised.
like,
Those 10-year-old kids
"Organize
are
your
smart.
Bugsy." Yeah, she knows all about that.
Oh, yeah, she could probably go in and change your whole schedule. You'd be like, what just happened?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, so I'm off this day now?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she hears her mom
Yeah.
like every time, like, her mom, she's like, "Hey, Jose, don't forget, we got a date tomorrow. Set up your Bugsy so no one could book."
Right.
So she hears that. So when she says on Friday, "Papi, what time are you going to come out?" "All right, okay, make sure you put it on your Bugsy." So make sure I close it, 'cause
Yeah.
you don't want, I don't want to cancel anybody,
Right.
So, that's crazy, right? Like my
No,
10-year-old
they,
daughter knows
the
about
kids,
Bugsy.
hey, they grow up and they get bossy,
Yeah.
trust me. Yeah. But they only care. They just want to spend that
they
time.
just
It's
wanna
really what it
spend
is,
time,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
She loves it,
They do. It's
She
just,
loves
I don't know. It's just, yeah, they do.
They do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna change it up a little, Ken.
Okay.
We're gonna play the word game. So I say a word,
dang.
and you tell me what you feel about it.
Oh,
right?
wow. What I feel about it?
What do you feel? What
feel
you
about the word?
Yeah.
Wow, this is dangerous.
Barbering,
Love,
money,
vehicle,
trophies,
winning,
barber battles.
fun.
I like that. I like that.
Fun.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
what it's about. It's about fun. Yeah, it's about fun.
Enhancement, as far as barbering.
Oh, yeah. Not necessary.
Oh.
I mean, they have a purpose,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
Life.
Important. Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, right? I was quicker than that, huh? You're like, well, why is he so quick? Yeah, I don't know, man.
So there you guys have it. Another episode of Que Onda Cut Podcast.
Yeah.
Your host, Jay Barber, the one and only Ken Washburn.
Thank
Stay
you.
tuned for our next episode of Que Onda Cut Podcast.